again. I now need to find out if YouTube is working. It looks like YouTube is working. I'm just going to boot up Mechanicus and check the YouTube stream while it's loading. Are you still there, Twitch chat? That is something I need to know. And I'm just going to quickly check if YouTube is live. It looks like YouTube is live, thank goodness. But chat is not connected. Okay, so I can't see. I'm going to just restart my streamer bot, which isn't going to affect the stream. Although some things are going to get disconnected for a second.
It disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as if it will not decay and fail you. One day the crude biomass that you call the temple will wither, and you will beg my kind to save you. But I am already saved. For the machine is immortal.
And chat is back. Okay. If you've chatted in chat up to now, I haven't been able to see it. I just sorted it. Wait, did I say Tactical Tuesday? Oh, look, there's been so many problems with this stream. I can't believe I got the title wrong. Let me fix the title. Oh, are you serious? Okay. Tactical Thursday. Mechanicus. Oh, it's been one of these streams. It's okay. I don't need to restart the stream to fix it. I don't need to restart the stream. I spelled tactical wrong. It's tactical. Oh, one last try. There we go. It's all correct now. Oh, thank you for bearing with me, everybody. So I did just stream only on Twitch for the past 40 minutes. We played some Ball X. Ball X Pit. It was really good fun. But I'm really glad to have everyone back from YouTube. Welcome back to the stream. That was awful. I hate that. So basically what happens if you end... Oh, there's a third time's a row indeed. Arcs. Thank you for putting it out. A big issue with streaming, with multi-streaming that I find, at least with the way I do it, it's probably because I do it some stupid-ass backwards way, is that if I disconnect the stream, I can't reconnect to the YouTube stream. Even though it's there and it's available, YouTube just doesn't see the reconnection attempt at all. So I'm stuck in this like nega realm where my stream is streaming to somewhere, but I can't reconnect to it. I can reconnect to Twitch, however. So I just streamed to Twitch for a bit, let that time out, and now we're back in Mechanicus. How is everybody doing? Thank you for bearing with me through all of the stuff that has happened. We are back playing Mechanicus. Last time, we smashed our way through the Heretic missions, which we've actually, I think we've done all of them now, and there are none available anymore. Is that correct? Yeah, they're there for this guy. There are no Heretic missions left. Our cohort is looking pretty insane at this point. We now have access to level 2 Skitarii Vanguard and level 2 Skitarii Rangers, who have the ability to disable the enemy's enemy target's weapon for 1 turn at range, which seems like it will be very, very good. We only need to unlock the 2 big units to really start breaking the game. Our tech priests are getting a little bit beyond crazy. As everybody knows, Many-Headed Mishaps, who currently has a free upgrade slot, we could give them another Mechadendrite. There you go, that's better. Is a murder machine, just made of pure murder. We've got GPVR 86, who might be the most clutch person in the team because they have the Benediction ability. I am streaming again to YouTube Core. Yes, I am. That's why I restarted the stream for a second. Who can heal all tech priests every 3 turns. Are you serious? So Twitch was absolutely fine until right now, and now the buffering is back. Arcs, are you getting any buffering, or is it just Core? I can't believe the buffering is back because it's been fine beforehand. Magos is the full heal. I'll let you answer that. We've got Trog, who's one of the newer bring-ins, but they're actually getting pretty leveled up. They're almost all the way to the last level of Lex. In fact, they've got the last level of Max Mechanic, which fills a cognition gate. You ran over here because of the buffering. Okay, people, you need to tell me if Twitch is having problems. If I don't know if Twitch is having a problem, so when Twitch and YouTube stream together, why has this not been a problem before now? Why is this a problem tonight? Honestly, it's really frustrating that multi-streaming seems to not be working tonight. Or has this been... I have had people complaining about problems with buffering. Naughty Jug, you were having problems with buffering on Twitch before I had YouTube connected. Because the thing is, right, if I check the stream health, I have the stream health on my screen all the time. It's telling me the stream is 100% healthy. I have on my stream right now the Twitch connection manager telling me it's helpful. It's not just me, Winterwolf? Okay. You see the main menu for Mechanicus. It's pretty. Also, the buffering is real. Okay. So I think if that's going to happen, I'm going to have to stop multi-streaming. And then we've obviously got Crash Test, who is just insane with the Plasma Cohort and the Phosphor Blaster now. And then we've got Toasted Waffles, who can summon someone for free every turn. And then back to many mess-ups. So it's fine on YouTube, but there's buffering on Twitch. I wonder if something has changed. 3 others are having the same problem. So it sounds like something is happening or something has changed that is meaning that when you're multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch, you're getting buffering on Twitch. Now, I did get a message from Adam Rickerby, who was watching earlier, and they said there was something they turned off. There was a setting on Twitch they turned off, and they said it fixed the buffering for them, but I can't remember what it was. I've seen it with others on Twitch as well. It definitely seems like a multi-stream issue. Okay, you tried it, Core. Okay, well, that's frustrating for me because I want to obviously give everyone the best experience they can get. I don't want people especially because I'm trying to build the Twitch audience, right? I don't want people joining the Twitch, joining Twitch and then seeing this buffery stream. But the same thing is I don't want to punish the people watching on YouTube because, you've been with me for a long time and I've worked really hard to get you some of the features that Twitch has, like being able to vote and stuff. So I'm kind of stuck a little bit. I don't know what to do is the thing. Something about low latency. And I know most of you just switch over to YouTube. That's great. But long term, we're going to have to come up with a solution. Let me just update the stream settings on Twitch really quickly. I'm just going to put a little note on there to say that if you're buffering, maybe contact Twitch support. The problem is I'm only an affiliate, right? The thing that I find is you don't really get that much support because you're just small fry. But I'll try. Let me just pop a little message on the stream info. Buffering. Go to watch on YouTube. Watch on YouTube. Okay, I've just put a thing on saying buffering watch on YouTube. So that if anyone joins on Twitch, because I've been working so hard to build this audience. It's just a bit sad. Okay, let's have a look at missions. So our group are pretty crazy. We do also have this secret mission down here that I didn't even know about. The first seal, Xenobiologist Tiresias, a brilliant tech priestess, requests the retrieval of a Necron relic from the term of Agrolek. Its inscription to help illuminate the mysteries of the Necron language. This gets us the Phosphorus Serpenta, a brain in a jar, some money, and there's some enemies. But I'm also kind of tempted to take on the Lord Astronomer and kill Lord Astronomer Ekropis, because I feel like our party are more than powerful enough to do it. And getting that reduces troop deployment costs by 30%, which seems really, really good. Other options we have, there's nothing too crazy that Skevola is offering us, apart from cognition max size increase, and a Plasma Caliver, which I'm not too excited by. Gains +2 damage, +3 movement, and +10 critical percent until next base attack. That could be quite good for mishaps. Then we've got Videx, doesn't have that much for us either. They've got the Eradication Ray, which is cute, and they've got an upgraded Curatio Claw, which is nice, but not essential. Kepra has the level 3 Skitarii Vanguard and an additional mission deployment slot, which I wouldn't mind. I have a brain in a jar. Ro just has a noise reducer. I'm not really loving Ro's mission. if I'm being honest. And then we've got the Corrupted King, and we've got the Lord of Shoulder. What's this here? Heavy arc rifle. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do that thing that I do a lot these days, and it's probably really annoying. But vote 1 if you want me to do the mission to fight the Lord Astronomer Ekropis, and vote 2 if you want me to do the secret mission, the First Seal. And I'll leave that running for long enough for me to get a glass of water. So exclamation mark vote 1 for the mission against the boss. Exclamation mark vote 2, all one word. You can do this on YouTube and Twitch for me to do the secret mission. So it's exclamation mark vote 2, not just the number 2 or anything like that. I'm just going to move this down here. And I'm just going to leave that running for a couple of seconds. Let you guys pick. We're not going to do this for the choices in the mission. It's like, I think it's too much. I'll maybe try it out for the mission. But it's probably going to be a bit too much of a hassle, honestly, to like continually do it. But we'll see how people feel. I'm not going to leave this running for very long, so don't worry about like sitting here waiting for ages. I'm literally going to take a drink and then we're going to go. Okay, I'm going to end the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we've got option 2 received 4 votes. So we're going to do the secret mission. Okay. Oh, sorry, Andrew Garcia, but what you voted for got picked. So we're going for the secret mission, which I didn't even know existed until a stream recently where someone pointed it out to me. Apparently the difficulty of this level is Servitor Easy, so we should be able to blast through it. We're up against Cryptex, Necron Immortals, Canaptic Acanthrites, and Necron Warriors. We'll obviously bring the team, and we're going to bring along 2 Skitaria Rangers, I think. And maybe a Rust Stalker or maybe a Servitor. We do have level 2 Servitors now, which they do have a taunt. Oh yeah, YouTube chat. Yeah, I fixed YouTube chat. Or maybe YouTube chat was always dead for you. I'm not sure. I'm just sad that we're having so many problems on Twitch, but apparently I'm not the only person having problems on Twitch at the moment. So I'm hoping that gets sorted. We're thinking about so I'm just trying to decide if I want to take a Servitor or maybe an Infiltrator. The nice thing about the Infiltrators are untargetable, so you can use them to block stuff. I think I'll bring the Infiltrator. I might not use him. That's going to cost me 51 Blackstone, so let's make sure we make that back. Megos, I have not properly expressed my gratitude for bringing me on this mission. It is an opportunity to study these aliens up close. We can rarely afford such a chance. So are you chatting on Twitch, but you're watching on YouTube, mishaps? I did not bring you as a favor, Tyresis. A Magos does not grant favors, even to those he has mentored in person. Your xenolinguistic skills could be relevant in ascertaining any threat on Silver Tenebris. Well, you were. I understand. You will not find me wanting. I do not expect to, but now YouTube chat is randomly black. Oh, joy. That doesn't sound right. Everything's not working tonight. Lord Magos, a moment of your time, if I may. Xenobiologist Tyresis, I return Glanish, able to accompany this mission. It seems like there's 2 chats running at this. Like, this is a different chat. Like, they're having the same conversation again. The Necrons lack traditional biology for you to study, but I feel there'll be much opportunity for learning. And I would like to start right away. The place known as the Tomb of Agrelek has a particular relic that I feel would greatly benefit from my studies. It is covered in inscriptions that will surely help illuminate the ways of the Necron. Oh no, YouTube chat is randomly back. Okay, I can't read. I'm tired. Look, I'm really tired, folks. I've had one hell of a week. Seeking the relics of the Xenos is a perilous path to set out on. I shall ensure the relic is fully quarantined. If it proves to be anything but inert, I shall destroy it. Your request will be considered, Xenobiologist. I cannot promise you more. Okay, well, it's obviously happened because we're going for it. Okay. The scout reports to the Tomb of Agrelek mention an inscribed monolith-like object. It is very large, so its location must be fully secured before labor servitors can move it out of the tomb. Hence your need for my tech priest to secure it. The Skitari scouts have found a lot more than your artifact in their xenobiologists. The Tomb of Agrelek is definitely hostile. There are enemy contacts everywhere. I am aware of how valuable our tech priests are. I would not undertake this if I did not think the potential for learning is worth the risk to them. I concur. Advance immediately, Kepra. Yes, Magos. The will of Mars be done. So I don't know if anyone has been watching the trailers for Mechanicus 2, but all of these characters are playable in Mechanicus 2. So Skevola, Kepra, they're all actual playable characters, which I think is wild. Okay, so we need to get to here. So there is obviously a very safe route through here, but this is going to be a very easy mission. So I'm actually wondering if we maybe want to go through all of these battles really quickly and just farm as much Blackstone as possible. Although I do want to keep the awakeness level down as much as possible. That is something to bear in mind. This could provide more intelligence about the artifact we are seeking. It may be worth investigation. Punish them. The next chamber has an inscribed... Oh, let me just Control-Alt-V. The next chamber has an inscribed stele on the wall, depicting a gargantuan figure looming over depictions of stylized Necrons. We can search it, which is vote 1, investigate the inscribed stele. We can scavenge it, which is vote 2, pull down the inscribed stele to see if it conceals anything, or we can sanctify it, vote 3. Can consecrate the chamber with prayer to ward off any corruption this inscription might threaten. So 1, 2, or 3. I'll leave it open for a couple of minutes. Not even a couple of minutes, just like a couple of seconds. I'll let you all jump in and vote like crazy, which is what you're doing. I love to see it. That's so cool. Thank you for using the voting system. It just means it's a lot easier for me to track. And then I will set like a 30-second timer, and I will close it after those 30 seconds. So we're moving at a decent speed. So I want to be closing it in 30 seconds. Yes, it does work on YouTube. That's one of the things I did because I felt sorry for I wanted to make sure that the YouTube people felt included. Everybody needs to be able to vote. It's very important. Okay, I'm closing the vote in 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, this is too long of a countdown. I'm closing the vote. I think 30 seconds is a bit much, yes. Okay, vote is closed. No, I didn't press the right combo. There we go. And the option was... So option 1 and option 2 both got the same amount of votes. But Tachyon did vote 1 right after the vote finished. So I'm going to go... We're going to add that onto the tally for option 1. And we'll go for a search. Okay. The stele shows an immense central figure wreathed in energy. It is several times the size of the Necrons attending it, though this may be metaphorical rather than actual size. The large figure's face is obscure, as if it was taboo to depict it accurately. The image causes great unease, growing into disorientation with extended exposure, and the cohort fall back to the chamber after taking pictograms of the inscriptions. So we've got an awakening increased by 2 for that, and we got 3 cognition points. Voting is what you use on YouTube right now. Twitch is several minutes behind for me. You don't even the mission select screen. Yeah, Sharpest Hydra. There's something wrong with Twitch at the moment with multi-streaming. A few people have reported it's not just me that's having the issue. So I'm recommending everyone just jumps over to YouTube because Twitch is just not paying attention. Well, considering that just happened, I think we might just run for the end. We'll go through these 2. We'll hit these Cylons. Actually, no. We'll just take the quick route through. I don't really want to spend too much time on this mission. It's a super easy mission in terms of difficulty. Necron Awakening has increased. I have never heard of a spiritual nature to Necron existence before. Please, Magos, investigate further. Caution, Magos. Young Tirsus has not had the grounding in scripture I have. Whole volumes are dedicated to the perils of seeking to understand the nature of the Xenos. You were fighting... Did I actually say silence? I thought I just thought silence. I can quote... Like, I told you guys, I'm so tired. My brain is not working tonight. Control-Alt-V. That's the shortcut for setting your vote. A science of Necron philosophy or even religion cover this chamber's walls. Images of outsized figures with halos of crackling energy appear among the suns and stars, as if Necrons are trying to illustrate beings of vast power. Are we scornful? Leave the chamber be. There is only madness to be found among the works of the Necrons. Are we scholarly? Examine and record the inscriptions. Or are we sacrilegious? Attempt to remove some of the panels for further research back on the casus metallicum. So it's vote 1 for scornful, vote 2 for scholarly, and vote 3 for sacrilegious. Early morning first stream before my flight. Woot! Thanks for the content for us. Thanks, Trog. I'm not having a great time of streaming today, to be honest. It's been a big mess, but I very much appreciate you tuning in and saying hi. It's good to see you on a stream as well. I really appreciate your comments you leave on the VODs. I may not reply to them very quickly, but I read them every time you leave them. So thank you so much. It's nice to see you on a stream. Okay, I'm going to end the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And option 2 got 4 votes. So we're going to examine and record, because you always like to pick the option that's going to get me killed. I can infer a little from these images, but the intricacies of Necron hieroglyphics are still beyond me. These energy beings are fascinating, however. Could they be indicative of a Necron religion? 3 cognition points. So we're going into our first fight with 6 CP, which is actually pretty baller. Actually, if you would have got me killed, you're right. Nobody but me voted for it. Alright, what are we looking at here? So we've got a Cryptek and an Acanthrite over here. And we've got a warrior behind us. That's spookily quiet in terms of enemies. And we need to find the Necron relic. And the console's here. There's no other consoles, right? Yeah. Okay. This is looking ridiculously easy right now, Let's get Mishaps in this position here. We'll use Toasted with Mishaps. We'll have GPVR86 follow them up. Trog needs to just come along. That kind of leaves Crash to deal with this guy, which Crash could probably do very easily. In fact, we'll have Crash pick these up and shoot him. Yeah, that should be all we need. I've got... let's bring a Skitarii Ranger in, actually, because I'm going to have extra cog points. Scholars do not kill. They're inventions, however. Alright, so Toasted is up first. I'm going to use Toasted to summon a dude. And we'll summon in a... No, the Infiltrator can't block any paths for me here. I'm going to summon a Ranger here. And then I'm going to use their Servo Skull to buff the Ranger. And then I'm going to move them. I'm not going to run... Can I run to here? I might take a cog move to here. I just have everyone charge forward a little bit. And that should trigger some enemies, right? Nothing triggered. Okay, that's safe then. There's nothing else they can really do right now, so let's end their turn. Okay, the Skitarii Ranger is up. They don't have a shot from here. I'm going to delay their turn for the moment. There was a warrior inside him. Okay, that's never happened before. I'm going to hold his turn and let this warrior go. He's going to shoot the Skitarii, which is fine. He can tank that shot. 2 damage is nothing. We're good. Oh, I should hide the vote. Hang on. Beep. There we go. Where'd the game go? Okay. So I've got Crash Test here. Why is this... Okay, that's going to get... So let's step to here first and get those 2 cognition points. Now, do we have a shot on this guy from here? We do. I could Plasma cover him, or I could... Well, I'm gonna have to Plasma... I thought we were done with the innuendos. What was the innuendo I did there? I didn't even realize I'd done an innuendo. This is going to be overkill, but I think we just go for it. Oh, there was a warrior inside him. That was only an innuendo if you want that to be an innuendo, Mishaps. I blame you for that. That's not my fault at all. This is a wholesome family stream, and if you're thinking things like that, then I don't know what to say to you. And then we'll grab his cog point with the servo, which will also wipe out his corpse. Alright, that's him dealt with. I mean, that was massively overkill, but that's what Crash Test is for overkilling enemies. I'm not going to run Crash Test. Alright, Skitarii Ranger can tuck in here. Oh, my balls comment. Again, not my fault. Those were completely innocent balls comments. You are super buff with those 2 guns. The other gun is like a mega shotgun, like the biggest shotgun you have ever seen, but it's also an energy shotgun. Alright, so again, let's just remember how insane Mishaps is as well. That's 1 cognition point, that move. Let's go! Zoom! This is why I think we should just fight the bosses, because I think we are that broken. Alright, we are now in combat with this guy. Let's start off. We could activate the power field generator. I honestly don't think we're going to need it. We're going to scan with the Servo Skull. Or do I want to grab this? Yeah, we don't need a scan. Mishaps reveals them. Are we approaching Unicorn Overlord territory? We do not speak of Unicorn Overlord anymore, okay? I think I will use the power field generator because I believe it buffs the Mechadendrites. I'm curious to see if it does or not. So let's use the power field generator for 1 cognition point. Then we'll use the power axe. So that did 9 damage and a crit. Now he has how much health left? He has 1 health left, so this should kill him. And he's dead. And Mishaps just took someone out in 1 go. And they're building up more crit, which is great. And then I'm not going to move them again because I don't want to use another cognition point, so we'll end their turn there. Oh, actually, can we take a shot? I think Crash's phosphor shotgun thing is considered a melee weapon in the same way as the flamethrower. That's oh, that might be bad then. You're more okay. I have to get. You're more okay. I have to get over here than welcome. Whoops, wasn't done there. Not sure what you mean there. So that's a problem. If that counts as a melee weapon, that's actually causing a problem for Crash Test's build. So we might need to look into that. Yeah, good catch, Crash Test. It doesn't increase the damage of that. Trog, there's nothing for Trog to really do here. But we may as well fill the cognition gauge, right? So we'll get... Does this cost a point? No. We'll get Trog to run to here. I have to go watch the vid later. I did hear there will, but it sounds like you're having some typing problems, Trog. All good. Have a good flight. Thanks for dropping by. There are witches in the vid. There are no witches in the vid. There are no witches. I'll spend 2 cog points to get to here, and then I'll refresh them at the start of the next turn. And the next turn we'll get them back. So that's pretty nice. And then the Skitaria Ranger, I'll just run to here. He gets extra movement speed because of the Servo Skull, which is really cool. And then GPVR 86, I'll spend 1 cog point to bring to here. And that'll do for the turn. We did pretty well for our first turn, I think. I potentially could have gone even further with it, but I don't think I needed to. Okay, I'm not going to bring anyone in. Toasted's up first. I'm going to delay Toasted's turn, which is fun to say, by the way. You are in Skitaria Ranger range. You've already acted, so you're not going to go again this turn, but he is. So if I bring the Ranger to here, and then fire a disabling shot at this Necron Warrior, he now can't shoot. Is that the Skitaria Ranger's whole turn? No, he can still fire his gun after doing that. Also, does this gun have no recoil? What is with that firing position? I'm just going to slot it under my... fire it from the hip. I guess that's Skitaria Ranger for you. So I've disabled this guy's gun, so all he can do is walk forwards, which is pretty funny. I'm going to delay your turn. Crash test, I'm going to delay your turn. This Skitaria Ranger can't really do that much, but I'll bring them forward. I don't know why I'm delaying anyone's turns, because I want Mishaps to go, that's why. Now, I want Mishaps to come and fight this guy. There's no way I could get them both... I think I could get them both with a flamethrower. If I put Mishaps here, and then... Yeah, I can get them both with a flamethrower. So he's now burnt and critically damaged. We'll Festus Mechadendrite this guy. And then we can just move forward and finish him off if I want to. Or we just shoot him with a blaster. And that's him out of the fight. Crash Test probably has enough movement to get around the corner now. Yeah, they do. So let's do that. Someone stole a gas vent in his elbow. You see there's a lot of... Okay, so he's got a gas vent. Love it. And that's all for Mishap's turn this turn. Trog is up. What's Trog playing with? A scanner and a refractor field generator. And then they've got the Gauss Gamma and the Blast Pistol. We can take some shots at this guy with their weapons. I think they've got the Omniscient Axe, which is a melee weapon that doesn't need a cognition point to attack with as well, which is something I need to remember they've got. We can use Cognition Freedom. And we'll also scan this guy to permanently reveal his stats. And they should be able to just finish him off with a Gauss Gamma pistol, which will cost no points. Yep, that's him done. And that's the battle over, which means I didn't get to the console, unfortunately, but yeah, that was ridiculously easy. We're not going to hang around here. These fights are, like, too low level for us. All Xenos life forms purged. We've got 51 Blackstones. That's paid back our cost of coming into the mission, at least. That guy got healed, and Awakening was reduced by 4, which is a lot. Let's just finish the mission, and we'll move on to the next one. I don't want to waste time on such a low level one. Yeah, Salty, I missed the console. I didn't... Yeah, it doesn't... I was expecting more enemies to spawn, if I'm being completely honest with you. And I didn't expect there to only be 3 enemies in that mission, so that's my bad. Go here. Tech Priest must escape. I think we just kill everything. I mean, there's a lot of enemies here, but we may as well just murder them. What are we looking at? We've got... an Ankathrite, we've got an Immortal, we've got a Cryptek, we've got a Warrior, we've got another Ankathrite, another Warrior. This is not particularly challenging or scary, if I'm being completely honest. Let's put Mishaps here. We'll put Crash Test. Okay, Crash Test is where I want Crash Test to be. Toasted right behind them. Then GPVR 86 can go here, and then Trog can bring up the rear. I'm not going to summon anyone because I want to keep my points. Let's go. Were there consoles, by the way? I forgot to check. There's a console here. Okay, we're gonna get that console. That can be a job for maybe, say, Trog. Trog can take a warrior. I think that's what we're gonna do. Toasted Waffles, we're going to use you... I'm going to delay you for the moment because I want to activate Mishaps. Oh, that's actually an Immortal. No, it's a Warrior. Again, GP36, I want to activate Mishaps. Crash is active. I would love to get, like, if I could get Crash here, I could laser both of these two. So that's what we're going to go for. And then we're going to activate Cognition Freedom. We're going to activate the Energy Enhancer. We're going to activate the other Energy Enhancer. Now, before I fire, this doesn't say it's a... What I'm looking for is Crash Test has Rights of Range. If no melee weapon is equipped, gain +1. Yeah, so even though this... I don't think this counts as a melee weapon for that. But for those interested, this is the... Oh my god. I could actually use the Phosphor Blaster from here on this guy. I'm actually not that far off being able to hit all three of them with the blaster, if I maybe stood here. But I don't need an opportunity attack. So this does 10 to 12. Okay, this does way more damage. So let's zap these two. So there goes the Acanthrite completely. No idea how much damage I did to him. But what we can do... I mean, I could also blaster him. I could potentially move to here and blaster both of them. If we just want to, like, just see how ridiculous Crash Test can be. So that's the Cryptek dead. And a load of damage on the other dude. Red Rooms is a better way from farming Blackstone. Yeah, I'm not really farming Blackstone in this mission, though, because it's so low level. Like, this level was rated Servitor Easy. And then we'll get you to move here. And grab the Cognition. Well, that was a pretty good first turn from Crash Test, if I say so myself. Just completely obliterated a Cryptek in one turn. Okay, I'm going to send Mishaps after this scanner, I think. That's a really good job for Mishaps. Because they can handle things on their own. And they can move fast enough that they can get to the escape zone pretty quickly when they need to. 5 damage. We can probably finish this guy off with the Mechadendrites. 1 damage, then we'll step forward. The problem is the chip damage from our technology negative is actually worse. Oh, we're not gonna do any damage with that one. Okay, well we'll keep him in close combat because he'll kill himself with a what's it called? A reaction attack when he moves, an opportunity attack. All right, Trog, you can just trog along to. We're gonna get you to blue move actually. And you haven't got a shot, but that's fine. Can you just scan this guy so we've got his stats? In fact, I should really wait until he's active to do anything else. Let's fill the gauge as well. That's something you can be quite useful for. And I think that's all you can do this turn. I'm not going to move you anything extra. There's more I could do. I could kind of cheese the game a little bit more, but I'm not going to worry. This mission is not particularly difficult. I'm going to hold until that warrior has activated. Oh wait, I've already held their turns, didn't I? Oh well, damn, doesn't matter. We've got another Cryptek on the battlefield. Okay. And we're on a new turn. Alright, I'm not infiltrating anyone. Do need to kill this Cryptek. He's kind of hanging back, which I don't like. Alright, Toasted Waffles is up. I'm going to move Toasted to here. And what we'll do is we'll summon in Ranger. With reinforcements. And we'll bring the Ranger... Like, I'd love to put the Ranger somewhere where he can get a shot on the Immortal without the Immortal shooting him. So here's probably the best place to put him. That's the Sicarian Infiltrator. That's not who I want to put in. I want to bring a Ranger in. That was close. And then we'll get the Servo Skull on the Ranger to give it more damage and more move. And Toasted can then... Because I have a lot of cog points. We can move Toasted here. Go for a Cognition Freedom. Fire the Arc Rifle. And then fire the Blast Pistol. And then we don't actually need the... Oh, he actually... Okay, he's got 1 health left. That's fine. We can actually spend the cog point to move there and gain the cog point. And then we can use... There's no Mechadendrite, but we've got the Omniscient Axe, which doesn't use a cog point, just to finish this guy off. Nice work, Toasted. That was a good turn for Toasted Waffles. Okay, and let's end their turn. Now it's the Ranger who doesn't actually have anything to do because I killed the guy I wanted to use them against. But they can actually hit this guy from here, which is pretty amazing. So let's move them to here. I'm not going to use their... There's no way he can shoot back, so I'm just going to take the shot from here. Nice. That's a lot of range. That makes these guys really useful because it means Toasted Waffles' focus fire ability can be used quite offensively. There's the opportunity to attack for mishaps, and he mega died. Now we're going to scan the console with mishaps when it's their turn. I'm going to just pop a benediction now so that it is on cooldown for later. And fully heal mishaps. And then we'll move them to here. Okay. Crash can actually shoot from here, but I don't have the points for it. I'm just going to move Crash into, like, towards the safe zone. There's no reason for them to actually get in the... Like, they don't need to fight this turn. So, Mishaps is going to move to here. And they're going to scan for Blackstone. And then they're going to hit the thing with their axe. Now, where is the Necron Relic? If it wasn't there, where is it? Or is this is the Necron Relic here? Gotcha. Okay. So let's move Mishaps back to here. Or don't want Mishaps just to murder stuff. I could move Mishaps here. And they could probably kill that guy with their blast pistol. 2 to 3 damage. Or I could just put them here. And I'm pretty sure when the dude steps in here, they get an opportunity attack against him. And then if we do need to get Mishaps on the point, they can just walk around from this side. Oh, that's not a wall. I assumed that was a wall. It's not a wall. Well, we'll just shoot him. See what happens. 3 damage. I'm sure the rest of the team can sort them out. Alright, let's end their turn. We've got Trog available. There's probably nowhere Trog can get to where they've got a shot unless they spend a cognition point. Which is fine. We've got Canticles. It's the end of the mission. So we'll move them here. We can spend a cog point to get them to here. Take a free attack. Nice big crit. Because I had a chance to do no damage, and I didn't really realize it until after I'd used it. They don't have range on anyone from here. That's actually not a bad move for them. Take him behind a hole in the floor. Tactics. Look, it looked like a wall in this view to me, and I don't know why. I got no defense for that. It was just bad play. Let's end the turn. This guy's just obsessed with this, so we'll get everyone on the spot. Oh no, he's coming. And more dudes are spawning from the monster lockers. We've got an immortal and a warrior. This looks great for crash test. Oh my goodness, getting a laser along there would be absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna bring in a ranger, I think, and then I'm going to. What I'll do is I'll activate the canticle. Are they all lined up? Okay, when is crash test gonna go? Toasted, Skitari, GP486. That warrior is stuck. Then it's crash test. How many cog points would it take to get crash test to here? 1 cog. I don't know. But if I can get crash test to here, I could fire the laser and hit all 4 of these in 1 attack. Although it's probably not going to do that much damage because I don't have the energy enhancers. But it would be pretty cool. Let's hold Toasted for the moment. The Ranger, I'm going to get to move to here. And disabling shot the Cryptek. And then I'm going to get them... He's got no health. I'm going to shoot the Cryptek as well. For a crit, damn, that was nice. And then I'll just move them here so they're out of the way. I'm going to delay GPVR. He's trapped. Now, I can get Crash here for 1 cog point. That would get me 2 cog points on the way. So let's go and grab the 2 cog points. I'm going to try and use the laser here. I might not be able to do it without like wasting a lot of resources, but I think it's funny enough to do. Oh, you can just keep spending cog points, Hayden. He definitely has the movement. Sorry, she definitely has the movement to get there this turn. Okay, we're almost in position. I can move them here to make sure they're definitely in range. Now I can activate the Blessings of the Omnissiah. I just started playing this game and I only discovered destroying scanners lowers your awakening level. I'm at 40% already. I'm at 50 odd. So I'm not that far behind you. Okay, then we're going to fire. So we're in blaster range and we're in Culverin range. We're going to fire both this turn. Let's start with the Culverin. So I've got all 4 lined up. I don't have the ability to lower the damage on this, but let's see what happens. And we just completely wiped 2 of them out of existence. Just for good measure, I think we're going to fire the blaster's probably overkill considering there's only the Immortal left. What are his stats? Because we also killed this guy. I don't think the blaster is enough to kill him. I think Crash Test has done enough here without me spending another 2 cog points. So let's end their turn there. Oh no, 2 damage to Trock. This definitely is possibly a little bit too easy of a mission for our team to be taking on. Just in case he survives, we'll disable his weapon. And then we'll shoot him with the rifle. 1 damage. Nice work, Ranger. He does have a lot of energy shields. I totally forgive him for that. Okay, Mishaps is active. Excuse me. Alright, we're in melee. Let's pop the power field generator. And then we'll hit him with a power axe. Nice, another big crit. And we'll Mechadendrite him away from us and then shoot him with a pistol. That should kill him. Even if this does no damage, it'll knock him away. And now we're no longer stuck in close combat. We can shoot him with our gun. And he hasn't got any energy armor at all. And that's another 1 bites the dust. I just realized that Alpha Sierra Hotel 117 is Ash 117, which I'm assuming is your handle. I like that. Let's just grab a cog point. Mishaps doesn't care about scanning enemies. They just want the power. They are the Xenarite of the squad for a reason. Alright, let's get you to move here, and then we'll activate Cognition Freedom. We'll get you to shoot with the Gauss Gamma. And then we can finish him off with the Blast Pistol. No, we can't. He has got enough armor to stop that. I can't get round there because I don't spend the cog points, so we'll just Servo Skull him to reveal his stats, which I should have done already, and then we'll end the turn. Toasted, there's not a ton for you to do right now because most of the enemies are dead. So I'm just going to get you to cog point here so that it's done, in case something else, it triggers something. I think I need to get everybody into this space, so we'll start moving everyone there. GBVR86 can move in as well. I'll just, yeah, might as well move them all the way. You shot him with a Frost for a Blast Pistol. The scan was superfluous. That's right, I did. I didn't need to, did I? Thank you for pointing that out. Oh, good. Let's get the rest of the team into position. Nobody else spawning this time. We got Necron Warrior and another Cryptek. Probably want to wrap this up, I think. Okay. Toasted going first. I wonder if I put Toasted here, I should be able to order a command fire on this guy, which did no damage because he's got the energy shields, so that was not worthwhile. Let's rebuff this guy with the Servo Skull. That was also, it was this guy that was buffed. Okay, not a great turn. We'll use the Blessings on this side to gain 9 cog points. Bring us back in, and I'm just going to finish your turn there. You can move to here and shoot that Cryptek. Okay, he's got 3 energy armor. That's quite a lot. The warrior I'm not worried about. But this guy is a problem. And there's also this body here that's going to get back up in a minute. Okay. GBVR 86. You could Gauss Pistol this guy if I can get you in range, but I don't think I can get you in range, can I? No. Let's delay your turn for the moment. Crash Test, however, can do something about this guy. I've got Machine Spirit on the Plasma Culverin. It's probably overkill to use a Plasma Culverin here, but I don't know what else I want to do with Crash Test this turn. So let's just push all the buttons and make Crash Test go up to level 11. And then we'll fire the Culverin with Machine Spirit at this guy. Which doesn't kill him. That's fascinating. I guess we'll use the blaster on him then. Okay, now he is dead. And I'll bring you over and you can Mechadendrite the corpse to kill it so it doesn't get back up again. You guys looking forward to... Oh, I'm so excited for Mechanicus 2. I think a lot of people missed that the Votan were in it, but I played the trailer in a stream on the weekend. And that got a lot of people really excited, I think. Okay, can you shoot this corpse? Just I'm worried about it. Cool, that's that corpse out of the fight. And I don't want you to take any damage. So let's just pull you... Actually, I'll put you here. Just in case I need everyone in that spot. Alright, Mishaps has repaired themselves. I think I'm just going to pull everyone back to the safe zone. But this guy here is a problem because of his energy shield. But I don't want to bring Mishaps all the way around. I mean, they can do it. They're fast enough. You don't like the unit icon for the Ranger. What unit icon? Oh, the one up here. This guy here. Yeah. Feels like there's no depth in the face. It's kind of squished. His eyes do glow, though. And the gun is really tiny. The gun is really tiny, but he could be resting it on the floor or something. I'm trying to work out what to do. I'm actually going to delay your turn. We can fire the Gauss Gamma. That will kill him. So let's do that. That's him out of the fight. And a nice crit as well. Now, I'm not too worried about the Warrior, but I will fire the Blast Pistol at him just to do some damage to him. Okay, he's got tons of energy armor. Now I'm going to move them back to here. And I'll deploy the Refractor Field Generator so that we don't take too much damage in this space. GPVR 86, can you just heal? Who's taking the most damage? Yeah, we'll heal here. And next turn, actually, yeah, next turn you'll have Benediction, and we'll heal everybody before we finish the battle. Mishaps can only get to here this turn because allies are blocking, but that's fine. I don't want to spend any more time here because we're at 1 awakening. So let's bring Toasted in. I'm going to delay their turn. It's all about Crash Test right now. I will Benediction to fully heal everybody, just in case the mission ends when I get the last person into the block. That means I don't have to pay for repairs. Now we're going to end your turn, and we're going to activate Crash. And Crash needs to get all the way home, but has no cognition points to do that with. But I can do some Mechanicus madness. So we can pop over here and grab this with their Servo Skull. That gets me another move. I will spend that move to this tile here and gain 2 cognition points. And that will give them enough movement to get in to the escape zone. And that's what I call Mechanicus Madness. Alright, you can stay there, Skitaria Ranger, for now. Mishaps, please enter the magic zone. And we'll end your turn. And then Trog to here. And that's everybody. Now we need to kill all enemies. Well, I wish I had prepared for that. Okay, let's bring Trog forward, I guess. I know this guy's stats, but we'll just scan him so that I can see them at all times. Even though I already showed him the Phosphor Blast Pistol, so I do actually know his stats. I don't actually want to be this far forward, really, but I don't have a shot. So I guess we'll just end the turn there. And we'll bring the Ranger up for next turn. So they can shoot at the guy. The other Ranger can actually get a shot. Ooh, actually, this is great. This Ranger, if I can click on the... There we go. I can bring him to here. Then fire a disabling shot, which means he won't be able to shoot at me next turn. Which means that we won't have to worry about taking any damage by accident. Doesn't even matter if this does no damage. 7 damage crit through that much armor is actually huge. Okay, we hit Necro level 2. That's okay. Toasted. I don't think I can order a shot from here, but I might be able to. No, it's on cooldown. That's a shame. We'll just end your turn. This ranger can probably get the kill shot. Nope, not going to be enough damage. 2 damage is better than I thought it was going to be. GPVR 86, I don't think you're in a position to help. Crash will delay your turn for now. This Guitar Ranger probably won't be able to finish. That is enough for a kill. That's all enemies dead. That is the end of the mission. Okay, we did it. No threat remaining. Pretty easy. No damage on any of our units at the end, which is really nice. We should make some decent bag from this. A veritable monolith indeed. It resembles the Necron devices known as Tesseract Vaults. They have been reported at various sites of conjectured Necron prisons. It is rare to have one intact for study. Can it be transported out of the tomb? Yes, xenobiologist, with difficulty. That's the artifact. I was perhaps unprepared. Who is I? Who's the narrator here? So, do we want to assist? Vote 1. Help the labor servitors move the artifact. The more muscle put into this task, the better. Do we want to escort it? Accompany the labor servitors carrying the Necron artifact to the tomb entrance, watching out for attack. Or do we advance? Scout ahead of the labor servitors moving the artifact, ensuring the path ahead is stable enough. So vote 1 for assist, vote 2 for escort, or vote 3 for advance. I'll have a quick drink because I talked a lot in that fight, and we'll go with whatever you pick. 2 votes for vote 2 at the moment. We've got 1 vote for vote 3. I know there is a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to just count it down from 15 in my head, and I'll count down the last 5 seconds. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everyone, for taking part in the vote. I really appreciate it. Looks like we are going for... Oh, Crash, I want to count your vote because you got in there just at the last second. So that pushes vote 2 up to 4 votes. So we are going with option 2. So we'll count Crash Test's vote because they caught in just at the last second. The cohort marches alongside the labor servitors. Though there are a few exchanges of gunfire, the path they blaze to the artifact remains clear, and they reach the entrance with little incident. -4 awakening. That's a nice buff. Mission complete. The Tesseract is transported to the Casus Metallica, where it is placed in one of the hangar decks and is quickly quarantined from the rest of the ship. Xenobiologist Tyresis begins the long, complicated task of translating the inscriptions that cover the monolith. It is truly intoxicating to have such an artifact isolated for study. I can only imagine what truths about the Necrons we can discover from this. Already I can tell the inscriptions are a form of history, perhaps the story of the Necrons themselves and how they came to be. I have deleted the pride and enthusiasm I feel as xenobiologist, and choose instead to register concern. Pursuit of alien knowledge is not to be undertaken lightly. More than your welfare is at risk. Fear not, Magos. I have studied well the admonitions against the alien and the warnings before corruption. Ah, yes, the AAA and the WBC. My whole life has been spent in studying, readying myself for this moment. Nevertheless, Tyresis, you will be watched. Good, watch him. Alright. No cost of repairs, which is huge for us. Refund on our troops. We actually killed quite a lot of enemies there, which will make us a little bit of money. The cryptex are worth a bit. I think someone has unused augment points. Yeah, I think we've got a little bit of leveling we can do as well. So we got ourselves a Phosphor Serpenta, which is like a more advanced version of the pistol, but the problem is it uses 2 cognition points. And I'm not really, huge on that. We've got a Cognitive Canister, which lets us target a troop for its next attack gets +1 damage and +25% crit chance for a cognition point, which again, I don't think is worth it. And we got a bunch of Blackstone, so we got a little bit of money. Now let me see, first of all, if there's a new mission for this guy. There is. What is the prize for this one? Xenobiologist Tyresis needs more examples of Necron hieroglyphics to translate the Tesseract. He has asked for the retrieval of burial tablets from the tomb of Ekropis. And this will get us a Zenorite Axe. Single target melee attack. Deals 2 to 4 physical damage. Acid deals 1 damage over 3 turns. There's a better Cognitive Canister, and there's more Blackstone. And we're against Cryptex, Immortals, and Warriors. We'll probably do that mission next, but first, let's have a look at the cohort. So, Trog is the one who needs the most leveling up at the moment. They've been going down the Lex Mechanic tree, but they've got themselves the Fill the Cognition point, which is kind of where we were going. Let me just check augment capacity. Okay, Toasted has a bunch of augment capacity free right now. We should do something about that. Nobody else does. It's just Toasted. So Toasted has three augment slots free. What are we going to do with that? Yeah, almost doubling your Blackstone is a little bit. What do you mean, Hayden? What can we put on? I wish I could sort these weapons into, like, have all the phosphorus together, have all the things together. Currently, they're using an arc rifle. I'm just having a look at what I've got here. I just realized the Phosphor Blaster also reveals their statistics. That's pretty funny. Blast Pistol, Arc Scourge. Single target melee attack. Upon hitting target, turns into a cone area attack. Deals 5 to 7 energy damage to target. Deals 2 to 4 to chained. 500 to 1,000. Yes, roughly. Yeah, we got quite a lot. Suffering Shattering Axe. Volkite Blaster. Deals 6 to 8 damage to the target. Machine Spirit reduces the covenant. Probably, if this costs 2, I'd be quite keen to use it. 2 augmentation points. Macro Stubber just has 1 physical damage. The Gauss Gamma is one of the better weapons to pick up at the moment because of the ignoring armor. I really like a Gauss Gamma on someone. Power Axe, Flamethrower. We've already got that Arc Rifle, Gamma Pistol, Arc Pistol, Plasma Culverin, Cognitus Flamer. Yeah, there's not really a gun I want to put on them. I mean, I could go for the Phosphor Serpenta, which does a guaranteed minimum of 4 damage, which is better than nothing. We did crash test, it doesn't. I did check it, and it doesn't. You're all good. Well, that was my chair just shifted. What are we going to do? I just don't know what to give Toasted to, like, make this up. They're rank 13. Missups is rank 14. GPR is 12. Trog is 11. So let's try and get everyone to 13, I think. So we'll start with Trog, who's at 11. So Trog has finished the Lex Mechanic tree, and it looks like we got them Cognitive Freedom because it's a great ability. We could also grab them... I mean, Enhanced Weapons is good for anyone. +4 range just makes them much more useful. So does Zealous Metals. And... let's start off with that. Let's get them Enhanced Weapons. That gets them to rank 12. And I'm also going to grab them Zealous Materials for +1 HP at the start of the turn. So that's just like a nice pickup of a couple of abilities. That's used up most of our Blackstone, so we won't do any more leveling up. Now they have 2 augment points free. So what are we going to do with those 2 augment points? I actually really like the Gloss Gamma Pistol. It works really nicely with Cognition Freedom. It's just a nice combo. Their other weapon is currently a Blast Pistol, which I also really like because it's free to fire. And with their +4 range that they have now, that will be quite useful. What we could do is give them the more advanced Power Axe. They're currently using the Omniscient Axe, which requires no cog points to use, though, which is actually quite useful. What we could do, though, is remove the 2 Mechadendrites and give them 2 level 2 Mechadendrites, which just gives them a lot of free attacks. We'll probably just make them a little bit useful there. Now let's head back to Toasted Waffles. The arc rifle. Let's give this new gun a try. The what is it called? The Phosphor Serpenta a try, because that high base damage might be good. It might be worth it, and they can also use it with Cognition Freedom. So we'll give that a try. If we don't like it, then we could try something else. I also noticed that they have the ability optimization. Oh, but that's just a cooldown reduction on canisters. That's not as exciting as I thought it was. Okay, that's what we're going to leave that as. Let's do the second seal mission. Get ourselves a Zetterite Axe and see where the storyline is going before we get a little bit too deep in Awakening. So as usual, we'll bring the team. And I'm going to bring 2 Rangers. I'm just going to bring 3 Rangers, I think. Magos, I have reached an impasse in the translation of the inscriptions on the Tesseract Vault. The subtleties of the Necron hieroglyphics still elude me. Forge World Xenoscholars are the most logical to complete the translation. Pictographs should be forwarded to... No, Magos, I can do this! The Skitari have located a cache of grave goods buried with Lord Ekropis. Among them are tablets with plentiful examples of these hieroglyphics. If I get hold of them, I can break through this barrier. It is much you ask, Teresis, but your request will be considered. And then instantly rewarded because we're going straight in. Okay. My thanks for accepting this mission, Magos. I will not let you down. The secrets of the Tesseract will be revealed to us. The retrieval has not been completed yet. Thanks are not yet justified. Kepra? The Skitarii located this cache of burial goods, but they had to fall back on a Necron fire. It is likely the Xenos will reinforce that region soon. If you're going to grab your trinkets, you have to do it now, Magos. These are not trinkets, Subdomina. They are the key to understanding what these Necrons truly are. I hope they're worth spending lives for. Okay. So, we are here. We need to get to here. If we want to do this as quickly as possible, we just run along here. So that's probably what we want to do, because we want to keep the Necron awakening level as low as we can. Vote is open. A large metal coffin lies half smashed, broken open by shifting the landscape surrounding the tomb. The coffin lid shows an image that may represent Lord Ekropis, in which case this may be a symbolic burial place for the lord of this tomb. Perhaps it contains its own grave goods. So vote 1 is educate. Examine the inscription on the lid of the coffin. Vote 2 is desecrate. Throw open the coffin to reveal the treasure supplied within. And vote 6 is consecrate. This false burial must be the result of a profane Necron rite. Consecrate the chamber with incense and prayer to counteract this blasphemy. I'm not going to leave this vote open very long. I want us to keep moving. I'm literally just using it as a chance for me to take a drink. When I stop drinking, the vote is closing. My vote is very dry. My throat is very dry. Oh, hey GPPR86, good to see you. And Breakfast, welcome to the stream. Breakfast, if you're finding that the stream is buffering a lot on Twitch, jump over to YouTube. Apparently there is an issue with multi-streaming at the moment on Twitch. So jump onto the YouTube if you're having problems on Twitch. Most of the audience are over there right now. Let's end the vote. You're watching on YouTube, okay, cool. Option 1 got 6 votes, so I think you all want to educate. And that gave initiative to the Necrons. The inscription represents Lord Ekropis, astronomer to the Necron lords entombed on Silver Tenebris. Examining his image with its surrounding hieroglyphics, demonstrating his blasphemous theoretical model of the galaxy, creates a sense of pervasive dread and nausea. The cohort is forced to leave... Oops, I just clicked out of the game. The cohort is forced to leave the chamber before the corruption causes permanent damage. Great work, team. The Necrons now have the initiative advantage, so they'll be going first in combat. Not really an issue for us, but that's what happened there. Okay, we got another one. A complex model of spinning wheels and globes, evidently a representation of planetary system, stands in the center of this chamber. The corpse of a Skitarii lies just in front of it, in a pool of still-warm blood. Do we approach with caution and check the body? Vote 1. Do we approach with curiosity and check the model of the planetary system, ignoring the body of the Skitarii? Vote 2, or do we castigate? Clearly this is the scene of some blasphemous act. Speak a brief prayer and move on quickly. That's vote 3. Again, we're going to go really quickly. I'm not going to hang around for these, but I do love that you are the ones making these choices, so I will give the vote a chance to run. Thank you all very much for voting. I know it's a little bit frustrating. I'd love to just give you a voting button, and I can do that on Twitch, but it means that the YouTube people can't take part, and I do like YouTube people being able to vote as well. So that's why you're typing it in, but I appreciate you doing it. Alright, I'm going to end the vote in a couple seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity killed the Mechanicus. I'm surprised we're going for Curiosity. Okay, we're going for it. Check the model of the planetary system. Warning, our presence has been detected. The spinning orbits and globes appear to represent the star system, which includes Silver Tenebris. The planet itself bears intricate runes, perhaps representing the Necron presence here. As the cohort looks on, the spinning orbits take on a hypnotic aspect, filling their minds with images of dead planets and stars boiling away to nothing, before they regain their senses and hurriedly vacate the chamber. A shame the Skitarii die. Oh, Shiny, exactly, Andrew. That's exactly what just happened. And that was +3 to the Necron Awakening. Okay, you've got one more, so let's see how you all do with this one. Again, I'm opening the vote straight away. A raised plinth holds up several objects of Necron origin, perhaps another cache of grave goods interred with Lord Ekropis. Though they might be valuable, or they could yield up intelligence to diligent study. The Necrons could also have taken measures to protect them against intruders. Vote 1 to illuminate, check the chamber for Necron booby traps. Vote 2 to acquire, take the objects, spend no more time here than necessary. Or vote 3 to examine the objects carefully without touching them. It is worth ascertaining if they are dangerous first. So illuminate, vote 1, acquire, vote 2, examine, vote 3. Again, I'm not going to leave the vote open very long. I don't want to waste your time, but I do need to give you a chance to vote. So it's going to be a quick vote. It already looks like it's leading very heavily to vote 3. Everyone's getting a little bit cautious after all the things that have gone wrong. I'm going to end the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bear in mind there is a little bit of delay, so if you hear me say that, it's already over. And that was everyone voting for option 3, so we're going to examine it. That got us 3 cognition points. The objects are polyhedrons inscribed with Necron runes, made from an unknown material. They are also sitting on a cunningly concealed pressure switch that probably activates a trap or alarm system. Lacking an obvious way to shut it down, the cohort leaves the items and moves on with a new appreciation for the deviousness of the Necrons. So you just saved us from springing a trap. Thank you very much, chat. Alright, let's complete the mission. This should be a pretty easy fight. Although we are on Necron Awakening 2, so there are more Necrons in the battle. Okay. Oh, this battle. This is the one with the energy fields. So we need to get to here. Now, are there any consoles? There are no consoles on this map. There's one console, but it's where we need to go. I'm going to turn the camera around so we're fighting up the map rather than down the map. So these energy fields will switch every turn. So I'm going to deploy to the left side so we can go around this way. So let's put Mishaps here. We'll put Crash Test here. We'll put Toasted behind them. There's 2 consoles. Where is the other console? There's a console here and a console here. Thank you, Salty. I would have missed that. And we'll put Trog here. And we'll call in the Skitarii during the fight. Let's start the battle. Go to Necron Destroy. Oh, God, they're all getting to go first. That's because they got the initiative. And one of the best tracks in the game starts playing as well. I love this track. Okay, this hasn't opened yet. I'm going to get Trog to come back and just grab the cog points for the first couple of turns. There's not much else they need to do right now. I'm pretty happy with them doing that. We'll get them to send the Servo Skull out and reveal the stats on this guy. 3 energy shield is pretty high. And that's enough for their turn right now. They'll max out next turn and we can push this way. Now, Mishaps is up next. I could get Mishaps to charge them down. They have, what do they have? 16 health. Mishaps probably couldn't kill them this turn, but they could definitely do a lot of damage to them. So I'm actually going to bring Mishaps up because they can tank a little bit for us as well. Okay, they're in melee. We will activate the power field generator. And we'll come in with the power axe. I don't think there's anything else we can do right now. So that's done 9 damage and a crit. Then I'll hit them with the Emphasis Mechadendrite for 2 damage. And then I do want to step back into them because I want the opportunity attack. So I'm going to step back into them. I'm not going to use the Emphasis Mechadendrite because that will just cause us to take damage. And I'm going to scan the Necron Cryptek to reveal his stats. Okay, he should die when he moves away and we trigger an opportunity attack next turn. So we'll end their turn there. Now it's Crash Test. I need to get Crash Test on this side of the wall, but honestly, there's not a ton Crash can do until this opens again next turn. So I'm going to move Crash to here. Actually, to here in preparation of moving out next turn. Is it buffering on YouTube now? I still do not have any dropped frames. I don't know what's going on with streaming. I don't know if it's a me problem or an everybody problem, but there's definitely something weird going on. Because everyone seems to be having an issue right now. Which is unfortunate. Let's get a Skitarii Ranger in here, where they can pop out and of cover. YouTube is fine for you. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I wish I had an answer for you as to what's happening. I wonder if you could give everyone that ability that buffs a troop and then get all of their Servo Skulls on that troop. Would it get like +5 damage? Because that could be... There's some potential there for that to get pretty shenanigan-y. Okay. Let's get you to disable his weapon. He's got 11. He's got 1 energy shield. I think that's probably makes him worth revealing. What I really like about the Rangers is they're basically like walking Servo Skulls. If I get you to move to here, you should be out of his range, and you can shoot him to reveal his stats. So he doesn't have an energy shield. Cool. Now, I don't want you to buff to block the way, so I'm just going to get you to move to here at the end of the turn. Okay, GPVR 86. We'll just get you to move to here. And we'll get you to Servo Skull and reveal his stats. No armor at all. Easy peasy. And that's probably it for you right now. Waiting for the energy shield to go down. Now the energy shield is swapped. And Trog's got some more cog points. I'm not going to summon anyone in. We're going to... Actually, Trog should just move up. But we need to get Trog on the other side of this. Otherwise, they're going to get trapped. I could put Trog here for 1 point. They are going to block the way a little bit. But I still think that's a decent move for them. Nice, they just grabbed 4 cog points for 1. That's not a bad trade. Nothing else I want to do. They can't shoot through here. They can't do anything over here. That's their turn. The Immortal's going to get hit by the opportunity attack and hopefully die. He did. Excellent. And we got the cog point. Now, unfortunately, Mishaps is going to take a lot of shots here. But that's kind of what Mishaps is for. So I'm not too worried. Oh, look, they're all clustered together. That'd be great for crash test. Okay, they didn't actually take any shots, which really surprises me. Let's kill him with the Infestus Mechadendrite. And I kind of want to grab this, but also this is too tempting a flamethrower target to turn down. So if I move here, I can get all of them in the flamethrower. If I move here, I can't. So we'll just focus on getting these 3. But I'll put Crash Test in, I'll put Mishaps in melee range. So that there's an opportunity attack available as well. I just realized if we put 1 point into +4 range on ranged weapons, that means that flamethrower would reach back there, which would be insanely powerful. What I could do is I could knock this guy back with a Mechadendrite, and then move move Mishaps to here. Which means they will get the opportunity attack on the Cryptek rather than on one of these guys, which I think is worth doing. Unfortunately, they don't have a cognition point to do a melee attack, but I may as well use my Blessing of the Omnissiah right now. And then we've got a melee attack on the Cryptek, and he is mega dead. If that's the case... Let's move Mishaps into... Oh, actually, let's shoot the one with 1 health. Oh, Mechadendrite... Mishaps has a healing Mechadendrite. So Mishaps has a Curio Claw. For exactly this region, Salty Frosty. So we're on the same wavelength there. And then we can move Mishaps... I can either go for the scan. How much health does he have? 3. I can't remember how much damage burn does. But I kind of just want to go for the scan. This guy's already acted this turn. So yeah, we're just going to go for the scan. Mishaps used every single ability they have this turn apart from Yoth's Fabrication. Burn does 2. Okay. Then we'll still be fine. I'm not going to use Yoth's Fabrication this turn. That's probably enough. Okay. Crash is up. Oh, you can shoot through this? Oh. I could get both of them with the blaster and probably kill them from here. Especially if I buff it. So if I go Cognition Freedom. And then we do Energy Enhancer. Energy Enhancer. And then we do Blaster. I can't get him, but I can get these 2. One's dead, the other's still alive. How much health does he have left? 5. If this only does 2 damage, I'll use the Servo Skull on him, and that'll get him down to 2 health, so the burn will kill him. I don't want to use the Culverin on this last guy, so I will just move Crash to here so other people can get in. Alright, Toasted will come up. I wonder if from here I can do a command fire on this guy. No, they can't hit. Okay. That's a shame. Let's just bring He has an energy shield. But I still want to see what this gun looks like. So I'm going to bring Toasted to here. And then we're going to activate Cog Freedom. And we're going to fire the Serpenta at this guy. And that was enough to kill him. Awesome. And then we can use a scanner to grab the cognition from their bodies. No, don't do that. Yeah, you're blocking the way, actually. You do need to move here. Alright, end the turn. Okay, the Skitaria Ranger could just fire a shot to remove these people from the game for me. So if you move here, you can shoot his corpse. Nice. And that's your turn. And then GPVR 86. It feels like this mission is going to end in a minute. So just so that we don't have any issues, I am going to Benedict. It's only 3 hit points, but it's done now. And that's end. Yeah, just end your turn now. Ah! Phase 2. Oh, scarabs everywhere. Luckily, Crash Test has the perfect weapon for dealing with all these scarabs. Yeah, Crash Test can deal with this really quickly. That's our Trog. Not dropping anyone in. Okay. So when is Crash Test going? Here. So 1 unit of Scarabs will activate before Crash Test turn. Let's see if Trog can kill that unit just so that it's not an issue for us. Okay, they're gone. Excellent. I'll move you to here, Trog. Actually, I'm going to get you in here, Trog. Just so that you're in the next area before the energy shield closes. And I'll get you to... I'll get you to shoot this corpse just so we're not worried about it coming back to life. And I will spend the extra cognition point, I think, actually, to get you here so you can scan. Oh, no, I don't need to. Good. And I'll get you to destroy the console as well. If you can. 3 damage. Next turn... Oh, you can infest this Mechadendrite it. That's 2 damage. And the other Mechadendrite will finish it. Excellent. Cool. Now it's 2 Necron Awakening. That's the end of your turn. For some reason I thought the burn would kill him before he got a chance to attack, not after. But that's him dead now. And what we'll do is we'll just hit this with our axe. Then we'll move to here. And we'll use a Mechadendrite to kill the corpse. And then we'll use the Curio Claw to heal mishaps. We'll use the Claw's on cooldown, but we'll use Yoth's Fabrication to at least get 3 hit points back. And then if she has the movement points, we'll also bring her up to the platform. And her mission is basically done for this one. Alright. Now it's Crash Test's turn, and I want Crash Test to basically kill all of this. From here, I think they can pretty much get everybody if the blaster. So let's move them here. Now, I don't have the energy enhancers this turn, which is a shame. But I still... Yeah, I can hit everything. This should kill all of the Scarabs and do a lot of damage to the warriors. It killed all the Scarabs and did a lot of damage to all the warriors. So that was really nice. Now that that's done, what I can do when the game catches up is I can use the other Blessing of the Omnissiah. And I'm going to see if there is... I can't get the back warrior, but if I move Crash to here, I can fire the... You know what? I think I could potentially from here get all 3 of them. Yes, I can. Crash Test is a very, very powerful tech priest. Alright, that's a shot on you with this gun. He absorbed it. Damn. Okay, let's get you to shoot this one with this gun. And then what we'll try is... I'll try a command fire on this one. Cool, that's all the... that's all of them dead. So we'll get you to move to here. We need to collect those corpses, and we've won the mission. Oh, I can't put my thing on him. That's interesting. Oh, thank you very much, Sorbical. Thank you for the follow. If you're watching on Twitch, just be aware there might be a problem with the stream buffering. Apparently there's an issue with multi-streaming at the moment. So you can jump over... You do some sort of very UK pronunciation, but that damn. It was very Texas coded. Thank you. If you're having a problem with the stream buffering, jump over to YouTube. Apparently there is some issue with it at the moment that I don't have a solution to right now. But that is apparently all you need to do to get it sorted. Okay, we can finish this guy off with GPVR 86. Just get them to move to here. Then we get them to drop a Cognition Freedom. And then we get them to Gauss Gamma Pistol the corpse, which is extreme overkill. And that's all the enemies on the level gone. But I still need to move everyone to the safe zone. Unfortunately, that means we hit Necron Awakening level 2. But that is the end of the level now. I just need to get everyone to safety. We'll use Trog to do that. We'll get Trog to fill the cognition meter. So I'll get Trog to run all the way back here. And then we will fill the cognition meter. Nice. And then that's the end of their turn. Mishaps will get to move to here. And I'll just get them to heal themselves so they're at full health for the end of the mission. Okay, that's done. Then we're going to crash this. Probably didn't have fun and good luck. Make all your fleets. Thank you, Diamond. I've had enough technical issues today to make me feel that I have angered the machine spirits somehow. So I could do with all the blessings and canticles you could offer, honestly, because we've had more than enough bugs and problems with the stream. So it's good to have some prayers on our side, I think. Okay. I don't think I need to get the Skitarii up there, but we will get them up there just to be safe. And that just leaves GPVR 86, who has more than enough to get up there. I definitely want to get +4 range on Mishaps. That's just a ridiculously good upgrade to get on them with that flamethrower. I could have flamethrowered everybody if they had that upgrade. Okay, mission complete. That was not too bad at all. Mission complete. The cohort locates the cache of grave goods reported by the Skitarii. Among the strange items of Necron origin are several inscribed tablets covered in hieroglyphics, a rare source of information on the mysterious Necron language. These tablets contain everything I need to begin my translation of the next stele, Magos. I can see these passages describe momentous events of Necron history. Does plus one range on my helmet? It does help on your flamer. It isn't a melee weapon. It can be used in melee. It must have been tremendous and blasphemous indeed that could create the Necrons. Knowing the history will arm us against them. My enthusiasm and responses are tempered by concern. Take care lest you become akin to that which you study. I shall take every precaution, Magos, and I know you're as eager to learn about the Necrons as I am. I think I can check that though, Mishaps, just to be certain. So no points for repairing everybody. Small refund for troops. We didn't kill that many enemies, so we're not going to earn that much money, unfortunately. Although we did kill a lot of scarabs. Nice. Now we got the Zenorite Axe, which I'm not really that excited for because I don't care about damage over time. Mishaps does more damage with the other axe. And the Cognitive Canister, again, I'm not that excited for. +2 damage is for 1 cog point. If it buffed all of my troops, then I'd be interested. Okay, do we have another mission for this guy? We do. First things first, the cohort. The first thing I want to do is, let me see if I can check the range thing. So this tells me the range. It doesn't tell me the range, does it? No, it doesn't tell you the range. I still think it's worth grabbing on Mishaps. Hey, Doctor, how's it going? Oh, hey, Jim Simpson. I mean, there's a stealth upgrade you can get for your tech priest that is crazy strong. I mean, my tech priests are already pretty crazy strong as it is. I don't know if I actually need a stealth upgrade. But what I'm thinking about buying, it's going to be very expensive, but if I grab a point in enhanced weapons, which is +4 range for ranged weapons, it will buff their flamethrower quite a lot, and I think it will make it even more useful than it already is, and it's already extremely useful. Another thing that would be really good for them is to get cognition freedom. Everybody should have cognition freedom. Yeah, so I'm going to grab enhanced weapons on Mishaps, which I know means like dipping even deeper into upgrading a character that's already very powerful, but I feel like it's just a very, very good upgrade. May the Omnissiah guide you towards victory, Philosopher. Oh no, not the ruinous powers, only the Omnissiah. I do not suffer the heretic to live. Alright, what are we going to use? We've now got an extra point. I suggest re-signify my PC with my blood. Well, I did perform the rites of restarting when it all went bad, so I'm hoping that has fixed it. There's a small part of me that kind of wants to give Mishaps 2 flamethrowers. I'm actually not joking. There are situations where I could see this being very useful to have. And I don't really care about Mishaps' gun. Like, they are all about the axe. The strongest tool. It is the strongest tool. 3 to 5. 4 to 6. 3 to 5. I'm honestly thinking double flamethrower for crash test going for Mishaps going forward is the way to go. Especially once we unlock cognition freedom for them. I'm also thinking... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going wrong with streaming right now, Craig, unfortunately. I don't see the delay on my end, but I think streaming is a little bit broken at the moment. I'm just thinking about other people's weapons. I like the Gauss Gamma pistols that everyone is carrying. They're very useful. Trog has one, which is great. Trog Trog at the moment doesn't have a great role in the party. Trog's main role in the party right now is to bring overcharged cognition. And they don't do a huge amount else. I'm wasting a lot of their augment capacity on Adventus Mechadendrites, which really don't do anything. But I can't really think of anything else to give them. Excuse me. Like, they've got the Omniscient Axe, which is fine. 2 to 4 physical damage for no cog points. They've got the Blast Pistol, which is no cog points. They've got the Gauss Gamma Pistol, which is potentially no cog points. They generate cog points. Maybe it's fine that they're just a battery. Maybe that's all they need to be. Alright, let's find out what this last mission is. I think I've got time to do it before I need to end the stream. The third seal. Excuse me, I'm going to cough again. The delay was on your end. Okay, good to know, Craig. Traces needs examples of less common Necron vocabulary. They could be found in the rantings of Lord Ubjao being transmitted through his tomb. And Terzis has asked for a full version of transmission. Have I unlocked the Castellan robots? I have not unlocked the Castellan robots yet, James. And I'm desperate to do it because I already have the ability that lets me summon them for 1 cognition point. So no Castellans yet. However, this will get me the upgraded Omniscient Axe, which is 3 to 5 physical damage for no cognition points, which might actually make it worth using over the other axe, because there's only 1 damage different. It also gives me the highest level Cog Canister, which is for 1 cognition point, plus 3 damage and 100% crit chance. It also gives us Blackstone. We're up against Lich Guards, who I haven't seen before, Death Marks, Flayed Ones, and Necron Warriors. So Death Marks I already don't like. I don't know what a Lich Guard is. Maybe we do go for the stealth thing and give it to Trog so we become Support Scout. We could do that. I just feel like we don't really need to worry about it because everything dies so quickly to our other Tech Priests. Alright, let's deploy. Skitari Station, the Tomb of Ubjao, reporting that the Lord's rantings are being transmitted for somewhere inside the structure. What we can translate suggests he is quite insane. They have so much coolness factor going for it that that's all I care about, James. Ubjao is suffering from a version of the disease that created the Flayed Ones. Observation prompts curiosity, but not enough in itself to bring you to the command throne. Perceptive as always, Magos. It occurs to me that if we were to obtain a complete version of Ubjao's fragmented transmissions, they could help me translate some of the more obscure hieroglyphics among the Tesseract Vault's inscriptions. Your work on these inscriptions has proven illuminating thus far. Your request shall be considered. And then the mission starts. Leechguard or Sword... Oh, I think we have fought Leechguard if they're the Sword and Board Warriors. They're the guys who can completely absorb, who get a free attack if you shoot them. To get a clean version of the transmission, you'll need to find the source and plant a relay skull on it. We can narrow down the approximate location, but it's still a wide area to search. Then we are looking for a Necron cogitator-like device. Once we find it, it's a simple matter of attaching the relay skull. Not quite so simple to get there, which will involve a lot of flayed ones if the Skitarii reports from inside are accurate. Whittling down flayed ones is an end in itself. If we can further our understanding of Necron history at the same time, the opportunity is worth the risks. Very well, Magos, but I don't envy anyone who has to go in there. Well, this is an interesting mission because we have 2 objectives right at the start, and then the last objective is all the way over here. So we're going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think? Oh no, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 if we want to do it quick. And I do want to do these quick. I'm worried that we're over 50%, and there's a lot of objectives I still want to complete. I want to kill all the bosses.
This bay, for a million years, I have built it, drowned in its ocean, and this bay.
So I thought the flayed ones were a designed unit, but is it actually like an issue with the machine that creates the Necron forms that creates the flayed ones? It's like some corruption? Because I assumed that they were created, but this seems to be inferring that's not the case. The fragmented transmission breaks through the cohort's comms net. The distorted voice speaks in the cohort's own language, as if automatically adapting to the listener. Do we reject the message? That's exclamation mark vote 1. Reset the cohort's internal augmetics to purge the invasive transmission. Do we respond? Attempt to engage the voice in dialogue. That's exclamation mark vote 2. Or do we record it? Record the voice and transmit it to the case of Mechanicus. Exclamation mark vote 3. So we can reject, respond, or record it. Vote 1, vote 2, or vote 3. They want their skin back in an unhealthy way, yeah. So it is a literal bug in their system. Because they killed a Catan. So I thought all the Necrons killed Catan, though. So why are they not all cursed? Or is it just like a curse that's slowly overtaking them? I'm not really sure how... I know the basics of Necron history, but my understanding of Necrons is from a very old edition of Warhammer 40,000. I haven't kept up with the universe very much since around about maybe 5th edition, or even before that. So I don't really know the whole story. Anyway, let's end the vote, and we'll see what people have voted for in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Option 3 received the most votes. Oh, I was really expecting everyone to vote for respond, but that only got 1 vote, which I'm guessing was mishaps. Yes, it was. Of course it was. Last gift. Okay, so the corruption was a gift from the Catan. Fascinating. The transmission is as adaptive as a data virus, yet it seeks not to replicate itself, but to be understood. There is a desperation to Ubjaz's madness. Oh, 3 cog points. Mindful of their mission, the cohort relays the transmission to secure cogitators on the case of Metallicon, where they can be properly studied. Alright, and now we'll head for this one. Again, I'm just going to complete this mission as fast as possible, because I'm really worried about the Necron awakening.
Why have you come to this world? Why
Great.
do you seek?
Oh, there were 3 votes for 2. You weren't fast enough, Doctor. I saw that, though. Yeah, I did see you vote for it. Oh, Mishaps voted incorrectly. Yeah, Mishaps did it wrong. It wasn't rigged. Okay, we got another vote, though. Through the local noosphere, a distant but powerful voice invades the cohort's consciousness, demanding the answer to the same question over and over. Do we respond with science? Exclamation mark vote 1 for reply to uncover the secrets of the Necrons. Do we respond with defiance? Exclamation mark vote 2 to reply with to claim this world for the Imperium of Man. Or do we go for vote 3? Offer no reply and purge this invasive Xenos contact with prayer. I'm going to just quickly clear my throat because I've got a cough that's building really badly. I'm definitely getting to the end of my ability to stay awake tonight, but I want to finish this mission before I do. I'm officially out of water, so that's a problem. Okay, I'm going to end the vote in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Mishaps, you didn't fix your vote? Oh yeah, you did vote too quick. Okay, the option that we've picked is option 1. We're opponent with science. Option 3 was just off, but we're going to Thugcompliance the one to answer the question. Now you see, Mishaps, you misunderstood. We'll respond with science. Great. This reply is met with a burst of images, immense cyclopean cities, vast orbital structures imprisoning whole worlds, marching armies of Necron warriors streaming across entire continents, and the implications of conquest and supremacy on a galactic scale. While blasphemous and distressing, they provide an undeniable insight into the Necron mindset. So we got +3 to the awakening level, but we also got 3 condition points. The lore is pretty much the same, to be honest. We just round out the connection to Catan and the fact that one of them found something in the void between galaxies or something. So my understanding was they killed the Catan. Only the lords still have their memories. The rest of them are just mindless robots. But there is potentially a Catan still alive, and it's the Void Dragon, and it's on Mars. That's my understanding. I can partially translate this. It is a request, I think. Asking for pain and destruction to be bestowed upon the speaker. Can that be correct? No, I must have made an error somewhere. This is why I need more sample data. If you're really worried about Necron Awakening, you should be clearing red rooms. That way you can easily lower. Okay, well, I mean, I'm doing fine as it is, and I am up against another time limit, which is that I need to get to bed. So I think that's why I'm pushing. Who captured and imprisoned the Catan? The tech priests? There's no Catan on Mars. That's the vessel of the Omnissiah. See, that's the thing. A snatching of just transmission echoes to the tomb, turned into an audible form by hidden Voxcasters. We can silence the Voxcasters with vote 1. We can steal them, so silence, hunt down the Voxcasters and destroy them. We can steal, pray for the resilience to resist the broadcast's insidious nature with vote 2, or we can subvert them. Find a Voxcaster and hook it to the comnet to transmit a prayer in response. Vote 3. I'm not going to let this one run very long because I'm getting really tired and I need to do this last battle. So I'm basically going to let like 3 or 4 people vote and I'm going to end the vote. I appreciate everyone voting, by the way. Thank you so much. This is probably going to be the last vote of the stream. So if you haven't voted or you're like a bit tired of voting, this is probably the last one. That didn't really matter. You're right about the Omnissiah being a friend of the Catan, though, allegedly. Yeah, because didn't the Void Dragon like shape the people on Mars through like centuries or millennia or whatever? Warhammer 40,000 lore is so convoluted because there's so many different things happening at once, and half the time they all contradict each other. And then there's like lore from the 1980s, which is just all bizarre and insane and hilarious, with like elves. Sorry, not elves. With what do they call the Eldar now? They've got a dumb name for the Eldar now. Being best friends with humanity and stuff. I think Necron didn't totally kill Catan, just break them into pieces. Okay, let's see what the vote was going for. Voting has ended. Option 2 received 2 votes. Option 3 received 2 votes. Well, then I'm gonna pick Subvert because that's where my mouse was sitting. No, this is a satirical misinterpretation of the Omnissiah, who is a manifestation of the Emperor. The cohort locates a Necron device resembling a Voxcaster and improvises a connection to their comms units. They speak the 7th admission against apostasy and demagoguery. It booms through the tomb, and the cacophony of noise throws off the Necrons trying to locate them, as well as emboldening Skatara nearby. -4 to the awakening level. Nice. There is no Catan on Mars. We would not consult with such heretical entities. Of course you wouldn't. Alright, last mission of the stream, because I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. But I want to get this mission chain done tonight. Oh, I forgot how awful the Tomb of Abjad was. Okay, so what are we dealing with? We've got Sword and Board Dude, flayed one. We've got a console here, a turret. We've never encountered turrets before. There's a turret over here. It is plainly obvious that all who disagree would clearly benefit from being turned into a servitor. There's a warrior here, a flayed one here, a death mark here. There's a console back here. A console here, a Lich Guard, and another Lich Guard. So this console here, we need... No, that's another turret. There's a console here. Go nap, go play with your puppy. The puppy's very... doing better, by the way. She's doing a lot better. It's also not nap time. It's 12:38 a.m. for me. So it'll be my, like... I'll be going to bed for the night when I finish this. Okay. Flayed one's flayed one-ing. Alright, Deathmark, that is a problem. He is overwatching everything. Oh, that positioning is just tragic for me. I mean, I can move Toasted to here. How does the turret work? I guess it probably just picks someone and shoots them on its turn. Well, I can move Toasted to here without triggering the Deathmark. Then I can activate Cog Freedom and shoot the turret with this for 3 damage, and then we'll shoot it with a blast pistol for 1 damage, potentially. Okay. Then I'm going to... No, then I'm going to reinforcements. And I'm going to call in a ranger. Now, this ranger has got a little bit of a deadly mission on their hands. Because basically, I want them to disrupt the Death Mark. The God Emperor fought the Void Dragon on Earth and put it in jail beneath Mount Olympus on Mars with influence of code mechanics. So the God Emperor did it on purpose, is what you're telling me. The problem is he's protected by a flayed one from the front. And if I bring him at the back, the Lich Guard are going to stab him. He's going to get trapped here with the Lich Guard. Or they could potentially run around the Lich Guard. They're very fast, the Skitaria Rangers. So do I put the Skitaria Ranger in front somewhere? Where he has to deal with the flayed one. And it will probably die. Or do I put him behind with the flayed one? I think I'm going to put him behind. I think we're going to pop him here. This could go very badly for the Skitaria Ranger. Okay, and then we're going to give him the Servo Skull. Which has to fly across the entire map. Now this thing here has 6 health left. The Mechanicus does strike you as a bunch of... yes, they do have a little bit of that vibe to them sometimes. I think that's all I'm going to do with Toasted this turn. Okay, next up is Mishaps. Mishaps currently cannot move without being shot. Actually, Mishaps can go back around this way, I think, and will be fine. As long as they don't enter this set of tiles. So they can move to here. Oh, so let's check their flamethrower range. Yes, the upgrade worked for the flamethrower. That's amazing. For this turn, I think I'm just going to get them to kill this turret. Okay, and then I'll just get them to, like, tuck up on this wall. So that's as far as I can get without activating the Death Mark. And then we'll just grab a cognition point from one of the furthest away, one of these towers. The Dark Mechanicus are Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. Ugh. So, in my misspent years when I was a student, I spent a lot of time hanging around in a card game shop, because of course I did. And I have to say, the Magic players, me being one of them, did not have the best hygiene. But oh my goodness, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players we dealt with at the time were horrendous. It was really bad. It got to the stage where we were actually giving them... if I shoot him, does he overwatch me back? We were giving out soap as prizes. Yeah, there's only like 1 or 2. I know it's a stereotype. Okay, so he is overwatching my dude, who means... But his gun isn't... Wait. I shot him with disable shot, meaning his weapon is not active for 1 turn. So I should be able to move without being shot here, because his gun has been disabled. Right? To be honest, this guy is dead anyway. He can't get past him, and he's been blocked in by him. The only way I think I live is if I move into melee with this guy. He can't make it around the corner, but that means this gun has to be disabled. So, we have to hope the weapon gun doesn't work. That game is broken. Game is broken. I want a refund. I want a refund for the game. This clearly says disables the target's main weapon for 1 turn, and I shot it at the death mark. How can he still shoot his gun? That's not fair. The game is cheating, and I demand a refund. Who's the guy that made the XCOM remakes? There was that meme of, like, thanks. I think I'm the most Mechanicus person I know, to be honest. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a Mechanicus coded person. It means you're a fan of logic, I think. If I go here, I think I might be able to laser them. I won't be able to laser them all because of the angle. I don't think I can laser them all with a culverin. No, I can't actually... I can only laser 2 of them. But I could, I think, hit them all with a blaster. I can't hit them all with a blaster. Let's see how much damage I can do with a blaster shot. He shouldn't be able to. He shouldn't be able to overwatch me. I'm calling cheating. The Necrons can't beat me legitimately, so now they're cheating and hacking the game. 7 energy resistance on that Lich Guard. 7. He has 7 energy resistance. That's crazy. Well, Mishaps... Crash Test is not the one to deal with him. Let's do some damage to him with our Servo Skull. Oh, wait. Will that activate him? No, it won't. Thank goodness. We'll deal with these corpses next turn. I love the magnesium shotgun aesthetically. Yes, it is a very, very pretty weapon. Alright. So this guy has 7 energy resistance, which is going to be a really big problem for me to deal with. I can shoot him with the macro stubber, with the Gauss stubber from here. Wait, what's this line? Oh, that's who he's going for. Okay, they're going for Crash Test. That's fine. Also, pretty sure it's a war crime. Yeah, there's no such thing as war crimes in this universe. As far as Warhammer is concerned, it's all war crimes all the time. This will let him move, but it also does 4 damage to him that he can't block. Then I'm going to drop the Refractor Field Generator in case he gets to me. And I'm going to use a Servo Skull to grab a cog point from here. I'm not going to fill the cognition gauge yet. I should have used this to grab that cog point. That was a mistake. Oh, but I can use it to grab from here. And then we'll end the turn for Trog. Okay, he's getting another turn now. Alright, next up it's GPVR 86. GPVR 86 can shoot him and do another 4 damage to him that he can't block with his shield. So that's probably my starting point. War crimes only committed by Xenos. Yes, exactly. If it's done to save mankind, then it's not a war crime, obviously. This is going to get me demonetized, isn't it? Yes, your only right is to become corpse starch. Oh, 6 damage. Nice. So now he's gone berserk. But also decides to walk all the way around. I love playing with their AI. GBV 86 is out of moves this turn. I don't want to push too hard. I will grab a cog point from over here, though. I'm trying to... This is actually quite good because I'm kind of gathering them up a little bit. How far can you move? Not too far. I don't know if you noticed, my friend, but you just ran past Mishaps, and that's not a good place to be. That's going to do no damage because of the shield. So that's good. The Deathmark has to move. Who is he overwatching from there? Alright. So Toasted is up next. We've got this guy on 7 health. We've got the Flayed one, and we've got a Necron Warrior. This looks like a great opportunity for Mishaps to Flamethrower, honestly. So I'm going to jump to Mishaps. And I want to check that the the powerful generator buffs the Incendiary Combustor. So I'm going to pop that right now. I need to move to here so I don't burn my teammates to death. And then we can Flamethrower this way. Will he burn when he moves? It would appear he wants a piece of Mishaps. Now, I could hit him with the axe. He's only got 1 health left. I could also, and I think it'd be pretty funny, Flamethrower him again. Still getting the buff from the power field generator. But I think if I just step forward, poke him with an Infestus. Oh no, the Infestus Mechanics will not do enough damage to him because of his armor. So I will need to hit him with the axe. He's now dead. I will then Mechadendrite his corpse to take it out of the battle. Okay. Now we still have this warrior, but I don't think Mishaps needs to worry about the warrior. I think Mishaps has done enough work this turn that they will just move forward to this Cognition Tower and give themselves a touch-up with a Curio Claw. But rest assured, there will be a turn sometime in the future where mishaps double fire flamethrowers and then hit someone with an axe. That will be happening. I can guarantee it. So this guy's chasing our Skitarii. How much health does the death mark have left? I would like to kill the death mark if I could. It looks like I have a shot from here, and it's not going to trigger Overwatch. I feel like this is exactly what a Skitarii Ranger should be doing. In the Sniper v Sniper game, the Skitarii Ranger is the winner. Okay, Crash, I need you to just clear up these corpses for me, if you don't mind. I know you're not... Actually, we'll get Toasted to deal with the other corpse, I think. I might need you to deal with Lichguard. You can shoot at him, but it's going to cost a lot of cog points. So I think we'll leave that. We'll get Trog to deal with this guy. If Trog moves to here, they can shoot with their free gun. Okay, he's got 1 hit point left. We'll just move in and stab him with a Mechadendrite for free. Then we'll use the other Mechadendrite to finish off the corpse. Then we will step to here, grab the cognition point, and then head over to this console. There's a good turn from Trog there. And they still have enough action to attack this thing and kill it next turn. Cool. They should finish that off next turn. That's their turn done. Now I need to deal with this Lich Guard who's coming and who thinks they can take mishaps on in close combat. I'm about to disabuse them of that notion. Can I get a shot on him? Doesn't look like I can. I can if I get close enough for him to attack me, which I don't. Oh, got a shot from here. Okay, we will fire the Gauss Gamma Pistol. We'll also get an opportunity attack if he walks past mishaps, which he's going to do. Nice. Just think that Imperium and Necron are likely to end up in an alliance. Really? Is that potentially going to happen? What are they allying against? I know the Imperium is like split in two now because only because of the intro to what's the game that I've been playing. Not that I've got very far into it because I haven't had time. Rogue Trader. Because of the intro to Rogue Trader, I know the Empire has like split in two. I don't think there's anything here that I want to use. So let's end the turn. Toasted is up now. I want Toasted to deal with this corpse, but I need cog points to get down there. So let's refill. Necron have 0 love for the Warp and Chaos. Ah, okay. Let's run down here with Toasted. And I'll need to use another cognition point, unfortunately. But what we'll do is we'll... Oh, we don't have a Mechadendrite. Oh, but we've got the Omniscient Axe, which is free to use. And while I'm here, I feel like I may as well grab the cognition point. Because I've already spent one moving. And then we'll come back up to here. The main reason I went down there was I needed to deal with those corpses. Now we have a shot from here, actually, which is great on him, because it'll pull him this way. So let's fire the Serpenta Pistol. I have no idea what this guy's stats are like, though. Also Tyranids. Oh, yeah. I feel like Tyranids just win in the end, though, don't they? 7 energy resistance again. So much energy resistance on these Lich Guard. Alright, that's all that you can do then. Your turn is over. Almost cleared these guys up, though. I think there's one more up here. Yeah, there's one more back here. I might bring another Ranger in just because I can. This Ranger's going to finish that corpse off this one. He's going first. That's kind of fun. How far back? Can you shoot him from back here? So again, I want to shoot him with the disable the primary weapon. So he shouldn't be able to stab anyone now. So remember that. He has no primary weapon anymore. So if he stabs someone, he's cheating. Nice shot, Skitarii Ranger. Alright, Toasted. Let's get you up to here, I guess. We need to get everyone across the battlefield. They've got a long way to go. Blackstone breaks Tyrannus, does it? What? So yeah, like, I don't know a huge amount about Warhammer 40,000 lore, but I do know that the Imperium used to have Blackstone fortresses, which were like super powerful planet-destroying space stations. And the lore back when I knew it was that they had made the Blackstone fortresses, or they were recovered technology from the Dark Age of technology. But now, from what I understand, they're actually Necron constructions that the Imperium are able to use, but they're not bad in the same way that like a Necron temple is bad. Am I on the right track there? It's very confusing to someone who's been away from the universe for a long time. Like, I get the general stuff, it's easy. But stuff like that, like, how can... If the Blackstone Fortress is a Necron ship, how can the Imperium use it? Blackstone breaks psychic powers. Ah, well, that makes a lot of sense. So did they just build it out of Blackstone? It's not actually a Necron thing. Is that what it is? Yes, it. Okay, that's that guy dead. I was a bit worried about him. We've also got a console up here I would like to hit. Alright, Crash, you need to move. We'll get you to here. I think I've killed everything but one Lich Guard. Hey, Der Kinderjäger, how's it going? Joining for the end of a stream again, I'm afraid. I'm just finishing this mission up and I'll probably be done. How do I kill this turret without getting killed? If I move here... That's the for Agent Space objects. The Imperium just basically hauled out and installed guns and hangars on. So they were just kind of floating in space. Crit for 3, and then I will, I guess, just use an overcharged cognition. And we'll fire at the Gauss Gamma. And someone else will need to finish it off, unfortunately. Alright, GPVR 86 is up. Doesn't have a shot. They have a shot from here, actually. And they'll regain that cognition point from moving. So, okay, you've missed a technically difficult stream. We've had lots of technical difficulties, so you haven't missed... That. Well, we've had a good run now that we're playing Mechanicus, but it was a bit tricky for a while. I'll say that much. But we're just kind of mopping up at the moment. Oh, no, I don't want to spend another cog point. Okay. We just need to deal with this guy here, who I can't get a shot on. I can get a shot on him from here. I do like how fast this Skitarii Rangers move. Did that do any damage? He only has 2, yeah, it did. He only has 2 energy. This guy has 7 melee armor. He's actually he's anti-mishaps. Toasted. I'll hold on Toasted for the moment. Necron's made lots of artifacts of Blackstone that have warp nullifying powers. Acadian pilots was suspected Necron manufacture and were theorized to be the cause of the Acadian Gate. All I know is that Cadia didn't fall. Ooh, shall we have a double flamethrower turn? I think it's a double flamethrower turn, potentially. Oh, I don't have enough cog points. My cog points aren't set up correctly for a double flamethrower turn. And this guy is anti... Oh no, I didn't realize his turn was next. He just hit for 3 damage. The only stable way in or out of the... Yeah, I knew what the Eye of Terror was. That's been in Warhammer lore for a very long time. Oh, we'll get a free melee attack on him with this shot. That's why the forces were so hard to destroy Cadia, yeah. Damn, he absorbed all of that. I just built 20 Skitarii Ranger Vanguard. They were fun to build. Awesome. I can't believe that, like, the Adeptus Mechanicus has an army now. That was, like, such a never gonna happen when I still do Warhammer. You can just sort of walk past all these people who have no melee weapons so they can't hurt you. That's pretty smart, actually. And of course you've gone next to the one person who really can't hurt you. Okay, let's shoot this guy in the back a bunch of times. I'm going to get you to move to here, where you're a little bit further away from him. And then shoot him with the Gauss Gamma first. 6 damage crit, nice. Now he's activated beast mode. Then if I move to here and shoot him again, I'll get a free melee attack against him, which may crit and do a lot of damage. It did not. It did no damage. Okay, and then that's Trog's turn over. And now we get GPVR 86 to step here, and we just shoot him in the back with the Gauss Gamma, and he's dead. That's it. They're all gone. We've dealt with all of them. We'll just hit him with the Mechadendrite to take him out of the game. Alright, just going to do some cleanup on this map. It'll take a couple of minutes. Space Wars are awesome. Dwarf Game Structures did them dirty. Yeah, I remember people wanted to play squats. I haven't touched 40k in a very, very long time. I used to play dwarves in Warhammer Fantasy, and they were a lot of fun. But I remember the first time I took my army, like this is when I was a teenager. I took my army to the local shop to like play. I had a game against a guy who made his army list when he saw I was playing dwarves, and all he took were he was playing high elves. His entire army was ranged. He didn't take a single melee unit. And I can't really remember the full details, but he had some special thing that let him deploy after I deployed all of my units. So he like stacked them all on a hill in the far corner of the battlefield, forced me to walk across the entire battlefield to get to him, and just shot everything to death before I got to make a single attack roll. It was so much fun. Have I destroyed this one? Yes. Is that all the consoles? No, I didn't destroy this console. Okay, we need to go back and destroy that console. We'll get GPVR 86 to do it. Yeah, Games Workshop is a little bit like Hasbro these days. I was having a long conversation with a friend of mine at work about Magic the Gathering, and how I really feel that Hasbro, or well, maybe don't even blame Hasbro, I just feel that like Magic has lost its soul really badly recently. It's really just like not the game it used to be. And they've released so much content for it so quickly that I think it's just lost its identity. And I'm not like I just have no interest in playing it anymore, which is a shame because I used to really enjoy like playing Commander and stuff. But like Lancer, BattleTech, I'm gonna check out the new Runeterror carded game when it comes out. Netrunner, of course, it's really good fun. So why would I be worried? I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm definitely doing like an I'm tired just saying words situation right now. We've completed the mission. We just need to get all of our, God, I almost called them elves, all of our tech priests to bed in this little box. And we'll put them here. Okay, that means you can run to here. I can't wait for Mechanicus 2 to Kinderjäger. Cannot wait. I love the mechs hate the lore, especially when the space fuel infections always survive and the really interesting ones get blapped. Yeah, look, the thing you've got to bear in mind with stuff like BattleTech is the lore for the game was put together mostly in the 80s, at least initial with, and what we're looking for in our stories has changed, I think, since then. But a lot of these things are still holding on to that legacy, and it does make things look a little bit, you know, maybe not quite what we expect to find, but it's not the end of the world. You can make it, you can adapt it, and it's your world at the end of the day. If you're playing with your friends, you can change your story around and do what you want with it. What enemies? Is there still an enemy somewhere? No, okay, there we go. We did it. We completed the mission while I babbled on about board games and card games and stuff. This is what happens when I get tired. I disconnect my brain from my mouth. Okay, mission complete. The cohort attaches a relay skull to an ancient, gore-entrusted cogitator they confirm is a source of Lord Ubjaust's ranting transmissions. The arcane device relays the content of the transmissions directly to Tyrisus on the Cistus Metallicum. This is perfect Magos. Though the content is troubling, the obscure references and linguistic forms are already solving some of the most difficult problems the Tesseract's translation has posed. Fascinating that Ubjaust's very madness gives his words the qualities needed to complete your translation. The Omniscia shows knowledge is found often by the crooked path. Thank you, Tachyon. Oh, the translation is far from complete, but I feel like I got further than any other Magos would, thanks to the linguistic samples the Tombs of Silver Tenebris have provided. My emotional cores return significant curiosity about the War of the Necrons, the rise of the Necrontyr and their war with the Old Ones, truly momentous events that have hitherto been hidden from us. And there is much more for us to know, Magos, so much more. Okay. Oh, I forgot to heal mishaps. But that's okay. And also this guy was a little bit hurt. That was a long fight, that one. That's probably one of the longest fights we've had in this game, just because there was so much to do on that mission, even though there weren't that many enemies. We do have the level 2 Omniscient Axe now, which I might start using on a lot of people. Up to 57%, which has me worried. Czarskin sector located. The magnificence of a long-vanished dynasty is perfectly preserved in this tomb, overwhelming in its aggressive grandeur. The halls are polished, grandeur's marvels adorned with the image of Necrons glowering down as if to ward off the eyes of the unworthy. The place is a monument to power and arrogance of the interred. Every service reflects the assumption of total authority. The dark opulence boils over into obscenity, as if the creator thought of itself not as just a king, but as a god. To a human, the wealth contained within this place is astonishing, but such concerns wither at the presence of whatever the tomb was built to aggrandize. It is impossible for such a moment of power to go unguarded. Okay, I think that's us for now. There's a couple of things that have changed, though. We do have a new deployment for the Xenobiologist, which will get us the Xenorite Axe level 2, 3 to 5 damage, 1 acid damage. It'll get us some stuff. We also now have Twilight of the Gods as a mission, which I think is the last mission of the game, where we have to fight Overlord Sarsgun, Vizier Mlob, Grand Architect Nuftesk, Lord Avjau, and Lord Astromona Ekropis. So I wonder if we kill them here, they won't be in that final mission, because I noticed the first guy isn't in there. We have an heavy metal mission, which is the same. We have a new mission here, which gets us... No, that's not new. We do have a new mission here, which is just money. And we also have a new anti-Xenorite mission, which will get us the Xenorite Mechadendrite, which does 3 to 4 physical damage for 1 cog, and acid damage for 1. Skitaria Ranger Alpha level 3. So there's not that much new stuff, but some decisions to make next time. For now, though, it's definitely past my bedtime. We've had a long stream. We've had couple of issues with the stream, which have been frustrating. But we got there, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm glad that I got to show off a little bit of Era 1, which I recommend that if people like Homeworld 3, don't mind a slower sort of game, have a check that out in the Steam Next Fest. The other one we checked out was Ball X Pit, which I really enjoyed playing as, again, the demo's pretty good. There's quite a lot of content in that demo. There's 3 characters to unlock. Alternative, the other game I was going to check out tonight, but I didn't get the chance. I was going to go into it blind, but I've heard that Stonks 9800 is also a lot of fun. It's like Balatro, but with the stock market. And I really wanted to give that a go on stream. I thought it would be a laugh, but we didn't get the chance. Other things that I've tried that I've really liked, Mecha Civil Tactics is really interesting. The Xenopurge demo, I had fun with it. I got right to the end and then lost to the last boss. There's also a demo for Every Day We Fight, which is one I want to give a proper investigation into. But for now, I'm going to go to bed. So I'll see you all later. I'll try and get you a Voices of the Void for the weekend. And I'll try and get some Star City recorded. Now that the dog is feeling better, I've got a bit more free time. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm sorry about the technical issues. I'll reach out to Twitch support and just see if they've got any information as to what's going on there. And hopefully I'll have an answer before my next stream on Saturday. Until then, you're all amazing. You all remember that you rock. Thank you very much for taking part in the voting for those that did. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Alpha Sierra Hotel, for subbing on YouTube, Ghost of Lizard and Sorbical for following on, what's this thing called? Twitch. And Brequast, I didn't catch you following and subbing on Twitch before, so thank you very much for that as well. Again, I'm really sorry that we've had these technical issues tonight, but it should be better in the future. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to head to bed. See you all later. You all rock. Ciao.